So I mean, speaking of like you just brought up your mum, then I'm guessing your family are all cool with everything. Like, was that difficult at the time, and has it changed now?
Yeah, so at the time I kind of panicked because my nan, we were like my granddad's birthday dinner, and like my whole family were there. And my nan asked me if I was still at uni, and I just panicked and I was like, no, Nan, I sell nudes on the internet. And the kind of person I am, I always joke all the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're joking. I'm like, no, like I'm literally not joking. Like this is the one time I'm not joking. She just wasn't believing it. And I guess, I don't know, my mum was just kind of like in the background like, but what can they do? They're like, they're not supportive in the sense that they love what I do, but they don't mind, you know. They just accept it. They accept it.
Is there not a certain... Sorry, I was still trying to think. I think I was trying to think and it didn't work. Is there not a certain element of like... I mean, I just had that visceral reaction to you being number 11 in the world. Like, if that was my daughter, I'd be proud. I'd be like, this is amazing. Like, do your family ever be like, oh, by the way, what you're doing is actually, like, you're smashing it? I
think, in general, yeah. And I think my brand is a lot like wider than just OnlyFans now, so it's probably a lot easier to be like, oh, Brooke, they're like, yeah, they get to go to my boxing matches, and I've got like I always say match, but it's not a match, it's a fight, boxing fights. And my brothers are like 13 and 14, obviously that's cool for them because they're like, oh my god, kiss, like, you know, it's that kind of thing. So they're proud in that sense. And my mum works for me, like she's worked for me for like ages, like that's amazing, at least 18 months, like 2 years. So she's living her best life.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Family business.
Yeah, I know. Keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
maybe not the best line of work to keep it in the family.
Who knows?
She doesn't do anything weird, don't worry. But you know, sometimes she has to see some of my content, and that's a bit strange.
Oh.
But I mean, once
she
you've
doesn't watch
said
it, I know. Yeah.
My
it's just clicking and moving things.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, my granddad and my dad watch every single like video I make.
And you get your cock out all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, they're fully okay with the penis now, but. Bit weird.
Oh, bless. George's granddad. What's your granddad called again?
Why are you saying again as if you know what my granddad's name is?
You told me last episode. I asked you what your granddad...
That's a lie.
I didn't. George Senior.
George Senior.
That's him.
Yeah.
Bless. Well, if you're watching out there, granddad, love you lots. Well, that's amazing. So, I mean, yeah, like you just said, you have kind of expanded your brand quite a bit. Like, I know you mostly for like social media and like the whole boxing side of things. So, I mean, I'm a deeply homosexual man, so maybe that's why. But yeah, like was that a conscious decision for you to kind of go in that direction as well?
It was something like when we first started, it was never like, oh my god, I really want to be a social influencer. Like, no, I just wanted to make money on OnlyFans. But they come hand in hand. The more people that know who you are, the more people that subscribe. So I'm kind of enjoying this more than just the OnlyFans. I guess they're very easily intertwined. And then the boxing, they just DM'd me one day and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's have a fight. That's so strange. And now it's kind of like overtaken my life. So it's incredibly busy.
That's awesome. Good for you, love. And I mean, I guess with that happening to you, so you were 21 when you started, you must have dealt with a whole host of like bizarre requests, bizarre things in the last 4 years. Is there anything that sticks out when you think of like...
Maybe use different wording there, Max.
Oh, gosh.
Strange requests.
Yes, like...
Oh my god, anything that you can think of that guys enjoy. Like there's this really weird one, like giant fetish, like you have to pretend to be a giant. That's really strange. Or like any like creases in your body that people like or I once sold spit.
Like watching fireworks.
I once sold like a tub of spit and the guy told me that it was the best like he ever had, and I was just thinking that must have been cold. Like, did you microwave that?
Multiple questions. Number one, tub. You had to fill a whole tub.
Yes, it took me ages. I was like,
like weeks.
I wish I had like a cane corso or like a sloppy dog. I just would have used that. I like had to use my own.
That is wild.
And it was like during COVID as well, and I was like, if this is illegal or not.
That's definitely illegal. Yeah, does social distancing count if you just transport it? I guess.
Yeah.
But then my second question: the best he's ever had. So he's had multiple people's tubs of spit.
I mean, it's just. Extra.
I'm not here to kink shame, but personnel mente. I think that is when health comes into it. Not saying you've got dirty saliva, but
I don't know, because if you microwaved it, you might have got it to a certain, Celsius.
Dissolves it all a little bit.
Maybe there's a nice recipe online.
Yeah, boil it.
Yeah, boil my spit. Guys, I'm practically safe. If I had COVID, then I'm sorry. That's all I know.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
he may no longer be with us, bless him.
Oh, imagine.
But he had the best wank of his life because it was his last.
And death do in part.
That's great.
Is there anything you've had to turn down? Like people have said something.
Of course, the obvious weird things like bestiality and like incest. Like people are so weird. Like these are people walking around the streets, and you just think you are so gross. Like, and it's like normal people. Like you don't like they're not any weirder people. They're just people with thoughts.
The weirdest people that I've had sex with who like wanted to do like bizarre things are always the proper rich corporate guys who in their whole life like they have so much power that they almost want to not feel like lose control in that in a little bit. Do you experience that a lot? Like
I guess so, and I guess like it must be kind of I don't know, not empowering. They think it's empowering for like them to pay someone to do whatever they want them to do. Like they think they're so cool, right? Like I can pay you to do anything, and me, hell yeah, I'll do anything. This is actually a funny story about God forbid I'm like sharing this even more so it brings more attention to it, but I did a shite on camera like 3 years ago. I wasn't earning what I was earning now, but I would do it again, to be fair. And then it's just resurfaced on Twitter. I'm like, no, I want to kill myself.
You're like, I didn't even get paid enough for it.
Oh, honestly, but yeah,
like was that into another tub? Did that go to the same
toilet,
man?
Just into the toilet.
Right,
like
okay,
it was like a 20-second video,
and
I got paid a lot of money for that video.
Good. How much do you remember?
Damn.
It was over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just do a shit. I do shits every day.
Why would you not just look at yourself pooing? What's the difference?
I need to start shitting on cam. Anybody, honestly. I went through a brief period when I was at university where I had these people online that were like pay pigs.
Oh, yes.
And I was a little bit obsessed with it, and I think I went a bit too far. Like,
why'd you go too far?
Because they like to be degraded. So I was like, I'd be like wanting a Deliveroo or something, not Spawn. I'm sure that Deliveroo would very much like to disassociate themselves with what I'm about to say.
This is how they'd like them. They had to go.
And I was like, oh, you filthy fat fuck. Like, come on, like, send me 20 quid. I want a Domino's or something like that. And then they'll do it. But one night I was on a night out with my friends and I was like, guys, like, watch this. Like, I'm going to get the whole night out paid for. And I was like, your mum is a slag, you dirty, decrepit piece of shit. Like, went in. Nice. I was like, you are filthy. I would never even do it. And he was going, more.
Yeah, but he tipped you for that.
He was absolutely loving it. It was like, more. And then I said something that completely tipped him over the head. I think I was like, you look like Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. And he kind of did a bit, bless him, and blocked.
Oh, he blocked you?
Then and there, blocked.
Oh, you hit a nerve. Mum's a slag, fine, but fat. You can't fat shame.
Exactly. He wasn't having it.
Does he not have like? Is there not ground rules that are set? That are like,
oh no.
Well, at first he was like no limits, like there's nothing. Yeah. But that specifically, or maybe like someone found it as he was speaking to. I don't know, but I got blocked and I was mortified.
I had those before, and I've told them to go to like charity, like clothes banks, and like steal shoes out of there and like lick them. Am I horrible? But like.
That is a completely different. I love that you weren't
telling them to go to these charity clothes stores. I don't know, but they did it.
Why was that what came to mind?
Because they're pay pigs. They love you.
It.
You have to give them tasks, and they love feet. So the fact they've just gone to this like food.
Yeah. It's like a used shoe.
Yeah, so they went and nicked these used shoes. And I went, wow, used shoe.
It is.
That's so weird.
It's a whole power thing of like the least level of respect that you can be is someone literally stepping on you, walking over you. So to be told by someone to go and lick some used shoes is like, oh yeah.
I tell them to lick toilet seats, everything. It's disgusting.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And they're paying you.
Yeah. And
honestly,
could they not just do it by their own accord?
No, but it's better if they're being told
because,
to.
You know, we're like dominant individuals, aren't we? Look at us.
Yeah, that's what we're like.
Just get AI to do it.